Welcome back to Nino Kuni 2. So let's see what Mazinger wants from us.
This save point was very interesting.
Well,
oh, even redecorated the troll.
Well, it was convenient for me to divide the part in two, so thanks level 5.
What a pleasure. Me. It seems an age since last we met.
Remember, Joe, they called it like back when the first trailer came out. So this is the famous Roland. Well. But I'm forgetting myself. I am Chancellor Vermine. Get it? Vermine? Charmed, I am sure.
Without a doubt.
I have been following your work with great interest. To have made an almost viable ruler of young Evan is quite the feat. Yes, a sterling achievement.
But cut off that ponytail, you look ridiculous.
But it's so fabulous. I'm flattered.
Alright.
I remember very well how you thwarted my designs for your young friend. But rest assured, I bear you no ill will on that account.
I'm going to execute you by beheading, not poison.
I've been examining your nature, your actions, and I've decided that you and I may be able to come to an arrangement.
So basically, the spy was to test him, I guess? No. The spy was scouting.
You to get straight to the point.
Alright, let's see.
Shall we get down to business? In singing.
Let's get down to business.
My terms are simple. I want power, and maybe a little money too. Because I'm American, you know. Give me those, and I'll give you what you want. I'll even give you Evan.
Okay.
I'm not buying it.
That face. Very well. I believe in making the best use of the talent of all in my employ.
Yes, and then
I really like.
And then I killed her.
But I would require you to prove yourself first. Eat this kitten.
He wants to make a proof of loyalty.
He wants Roland to kill one of their others.
Oh, very good, Whips.
We have prepared a little test for you in the dungeons.
Have a cookie, Whips.
I've seen.
That's always a good start.
Let me guess.
I've seen this done in Captain Scarlet in the late '60s.
Let me guess.
Hey, Whips, maybe he knows a fan. I don't know. Considering he's a Westaboo, it's perfectly possible.
And
he's referenced literally everything else under the sun.
And that and fun fact, guys. Stuff like Captain Scarlet and Thunderbirds, they were popular in Japan, so...
There you go. Well, Hino was a child in the 60s, so yeah, that's actually perfectly possible. Very good.
I wonder, what if Aranera is actually really alive and only being kept barely alive just for him to kill her?
Anyway, so yeah, basically, Mazinger told us to go to the dungeon, so let's go.
Well, it kind of makes sense. He's not just gonna buy immediately.
And there he will find the sliver in common.
Mazinger is indeed interested in aligning himself with Roland. He wants one final proof of loyalty. So let's see.
Let's see.
All right, Webbs, you're also up now. So
I can't see.
Wait, that's.
Hey, Kumbish.
Oh.
Howdy.
Remember, he was supposed to observe Roland.
Well.
Master Roland!
It's voiced.
Oh, it's voiced anyway, sorry.
See, I'm not the only one making that mistake. At any rate.
Yeah, I've done it a few times.
Anyway.
Was apprehended after being observed behaving suspiciously in our airspace. Belief that he is a spy. You devils. Didn't I say already? I was looking for Master Roland.
For me?
Well, you found him. Congratulations.
Indeed.
Forgive me, Your Honor. Seems I made a blunder.
You sure did. And why am I not surprised?
Now, Mr. Crane.
Mr. Crane.
That's his name, Roland Crane.
No, I was so used to just call him Roland that I forgot his last name.
Dispatching one of your former allies should provide
the camera angle.
Yep. Full time. If you are with us, kill him.
No. Listen here, you rat-faced.
Rat-faced.
Rat-faced. Well, he is rat.
Is something the matter?
So, Roland, choose.
We are who we choose to be.
Basically,
choose.
Basically, yeah.
I just need to pretend that he's standing on top of oil.
Say I prefer to use my own methods.
Just shoot the bastard!
That, yeah.
Master Roland, no! We're shipmates! You can't just...
I can.
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. Just use the gun.
Nothing personal, kid. At least it doesn't teleport behind you.
For the traitor you are!
So Shiro, you still think you're still not buying it?
Dead.
Yeah, I don't buy
Been
it.
shot.
Well,
I
happy
don't-
now?
It's gonna be. I mentioned Captain Scarlet earlier. Those are just like tranquilizer bullets. Like
No,
in
no,
Captain
no.
Scarlet.
He's gonna go full Batman, rubber bullets.
Look, there's one reason I'm not buying this. Commissioners are part of a town.
It's been days now, man. When's old Rolly boy coming home, eh?
Rolly.
Hamish never came back after we sent him out to look for him.
Either.
Where did Roland disappear to?
So yeah, Kumbish was told by Bot to secretly to keep an eye on Roland. So it looks like Bot still was a bit worried. How nice.
He really cares.
Well, remember, Theo. He's kind of like the Han Solo of the group. He's the Sky Pirate with the Heart of Gold.
Yeah.
Kinda. Remember, I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
We have to go and look for him. He might need our help.
No.
Our
no.
hell?
Our
He
age. What
he
the
needs
age?
our axe.
Go ahead,
He
Glimpse.
needs nothing from us, girly, and he'll get nothing.
Baka.
The man's a turncoat and a traitor. Damn him.
Jova?
But he isn't. He can't be. I refuse to believe it.
Evan, grow up for fuck's sake.
No, really, it doesn't make sense. It must be some sort of strategy of his.
Welcome to politics, man.
Well, no duh. Mustn't it, Leander?
I would advise you forget about him, Your Majesty. He is no longer your concern.
No longer our concern. What if he's selling secrets?
But guys, he's a part of the game mechanics. There's no way the game would boot him out for it.
I don't know, Your Majesty, remember Aerith?
Oh god, I can't believe even Smash Ultimate provided a reference to that. You too? No, seriously.
At 2, Leander. Go ahead, Shiri. Tony's about to, yeah.
Wow, talk about cold. Wasn't Roland one of our best friends 5 minutes ago?
But
Well,
was
yeah.
back
well,
before you betrayed him.
Well, technically, Tani, it's been like 30-something minutes in game time. So, but yeah, I get your point.
I
They've
guess
just
this
been
is.
standing there idle for...
I guess to be fair, maybe this is 5 minutes right after you left.
Oh.
True. That Jova's theory is also a possibility. Yeah, but it doesn't matter in the long run.
Unless they really have all just been standing here this entire
Anyway.
time before they started talking about it.
And that's my plan. I figure it should keep those Grimalkin troublemakers out of your hair for a while at least. Oh god, he's telling me the Macaron act.
Oh god.
To have formulated such a thorough strategy in so short a time is really quite something, I must say.
Plenty of generals have had to think of stuff on less time.
Impressive indeed. It seems I was entirely justified in welcoming you into the fold. Now, there is another favor I've been meaning to ask of you.
Oh, what now? Let me guess. You want another proof of loyalty?
The Mark of Kings.
Oh.
You have read?
Alright, here's another important aspect. Pay
Sure.
attention.
Handed down from generation to generation of royals here in Dingondale as proof of the right to rule.
Indeed.
For a foreign, for an outsider, he's shown us a lot
Remember,
about
he documented
Ding Dong
himself
Delport.
in the library of Goldpop. And
Yeah.
without it, it's impossible to access certain places. It works as a kind of key to...
Remember,
right?
it was even his own idea for us to go to the library back in chapter 4.
Precisely. It is a pendant of brightest, blazing red, a beautiful object indeed. and a necessity if one wishes to enter our nation's king's cradle.
So there you go. Even though Mausinger took the kingdom over, he still cannot get into the king's cradle because he doesn't have the Mark of Kings.
You don't have it, and you want it. That smile. You're admirably concise.
I really like Mausinger's design. Like it perfectly fits the character.
We have searched the castle high and low, and yet it is nowhere to be found. Which leads me to believe that it's not fact here.
Did you check under the mattress?
Sure
Let me guess.
It's
It's
around
home
Evan's
of
neck
these mattresses.
every minute of every day.
And then Roland goes near Mausinger. Oh look! And then he puts his hand behind his ear. Oh look! There you go. Here's the Mark of Kings. He was behind your ear all along.
But that doesn't mean it's possible. I'll need a few things, a little. And you shall have all that you need. There is no other to whom such a task can be entrusted after all.
But what about me, sir?
Fuck off.
Yes, sir.
Say,
What about you, Your Excellency? Any errands you want the new guy to run?
Errands, but yeah.
Yes, I want you to bomb the
some
shit out of.
groceries, you know.
Well, that's very kind of you. Let me see now.
I want you to bomb the shit out of King Evan's kingdom.
Well, around here, new people to a job are usually the tea bitch.
I should be very much obliged if you would inform Captain Buck of the War Council will unfortunately have to be postponed a little.
Yes,
And you could, and by the way, could you also shoot down that dog? It's bothering
I'll get
me.
right on it.
Jeez.
Remember, Teo. These rats are Drova. These rats are evil. Remember. Go
I
ahead.
got a
Tips.
question from Pedro.
Yes,
Does
Tips.
Mausinger ever have the bright idea to just bomb King Evan's kingdom to Kingdom Come?
How did he do that?
Remember, Dwebs. Evan has quite powerful allies. It wouldn't be very wise on his part.
Not only that,
Also,
Not only that, Whips, Ding Dong Do isn't exactly the most technologically advanced city.
the only major military forces that the Red Kind seems to have are standard infantry, some necromancer, and a Black Knight that turns into a centaur.
Oh, they're mice. They're mice. They could just eat the kingdom or inflict
speaking
the
of
black-
mice,
Eat the
Pedro,
kingdom? I don't think rats eat bricks, but go ahead, Shiroi.
I was going to say, these rats would actually have a very hard time, I think, because even though Mena is a pet, her breed is specifically, like, in her nature, she is a ratter.
Okay,
so
what's this
they'd
one?
have a difficult time.
Oh, okay. So basically, Mena was just asking Roland to run an errand for her. Okay.
It isn't the famous Roland. Only it's had a few days and already the flavour of the month.
Yeah, sure. You can be
What
Captain Buck.
business could one so lofty have with such a lowly soldier such as myself? Hmm?
Well, I'll give him this. He knows his place.
Yeah.
Just for the sake
That's
of
about the size of it.
yeah, we've already heard it, so let's just fade
Yeah.
out.
You did what with my wife? I see. So the Council of War has been postponed.
Just reminded me there's a Portuguese comedy skit where the guy turns to the other guy, "Hey, would you really get
There's
bothered?"
been a change to the posting of some of... that's not what the... Assigned to the night shift on the east and west blocks are to patrol the outside of the castle.
Instead.
Yes. Now the
Ooh,
pieces
a very
are
mysterious
starting to
change
fall
to the
into
routine.
place.
But ours is not to reason why. It shall be done, Mr. Roland,
Ours is
sir.
just a
It
do and
shall
die.
be done.
It just reminded me, Dwebs, of a Portuguese comedy skit where a guy literally turns to his coworker. Look, would you get really bothered if I told you that I'm sleeping with your wife? Yeah, I would get pretty pissed. All right, then forget what I said then.
Also, Dweebs, it's funny you mentioned that... Oh, hold on. I'll say it later. Ooh, again, Joe wants to tell us to be sneaky.
Hmm.
My wife left me.
Yeah, it literally looks like he was depressed. Poor guy.
Well, the guards have their own personal lives too.
Yeah. They're not just...
I'm guessing it's him taking stuff from... One of the things that I really like about A New Hope is how we even see that the stormtroopers do casual conversation in certain bits. It's a cool little detail that further adds believability to the world of your work.
Directing.
Well, remember,
But
Teo,
Pedro-
this is Hino's first time directing a home console game in a while, so basically he wants to, you know...
Pedro, don't you know, all stormtroopers are just mindless clones.
Moving on. I'm gonna focus on this, so I'm not gonna.
I'm just jesting anyway. Clone Wars and the ever expanded material basically contradict that anyway.
Yeah.
Import. Oh, I love this scene.
Yeah.
Locked.
Go ahead.
Well, figures.
Of course it's locked.
Let's just barge in. Guns blazing.
That's okay.
There's somebody in there.
The guards to open the door.
Nothing this little guy can fix.
Looks like Roland brought somebody else with him. Let's see.
He brought.
Oh.
Higgledy.
Oh, hello, Ghibli-like creature.
No, that's not a Higgledy.
I have no idea what
we're
supposed to be.
We're gonna explain later. Hold on. But it's adorable. Look at it.
I'd hesitate to call that adorable.
It looks like it came right out of a rare game.
Oh, it just needs to look at a keyhole and it morphs automatically into the corresponding key.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll explain where he got that.
It's
later.
a shapeshifter.
Oh yeah, I remember this room. I think this is where Roland first crash landed when he came to
This is Evan's room, yes. The King's room specifically.
Lockety clicker.
Lockety clicker. Ha 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 ha.
Very clever.
It looks very pleased with himself.
It actually worked. Now I've seen everything. Thanks, little guy. People are totally not gonna leave him back. Alright, here goes. Mark of Kings should be in here somewhere.
Alright, you were.
Oh my god, was it actually in the mattress?
Oh, there's more cutscenes after this.
It was under the mattress the whole time.
Alright, now let's flash back to this scene. Flashback to this scene where we were about to go to Hydropolis, but this time we'll see the end of the conversation. Because there was actually a bit...
ready. Oh, sorry. No, go.
No, I'm done. Go, keep going if you want.
Time to weigh anchor and set sail on the high seas.
Yar?
No, sure, it's pirate. It's pirate.
It's a piratical action.
I know, but...
That's more like Keira Knightley's version of a pirate.
Oh God! That reminds me, Dwebs. How's her in the last one?
She was barely in that one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Joe.
Probably for the best.
It's time to go and get the Hydropolitans to sign out to the declaration. But we have to think beyond that too.
Yeah. Press A, Pedro, if you don't mind.
Please?
Please.
Please.
Thank you.
There you go.
Most of all, we need to think about what to do about Ding Dong Dell. They won't be making peace with us anytime soon.
We're gonna blow it up!
But you can't solve everything by blowing everything up. Who do you think you are, Sherman? Chire?
Oh. He won't be letting us close enough to even shout about me. That whole area is crawling with soldiers.
Java?
There's a way we might be able to get past them, you know. It's a path only open to the members of the royal family called the King's Way.
Indeed. Chire?
What's that when it's at home? And why you never mentioned it before?
I'm guessing that's a British expression.
Because it's a very secret one.
Well, wait.
What's that when it's at home? What does that even... I'm guessing it's a British expression?
That's like a phrase you use for it. It's a way of expressing that. Where the hell did this come from?
Oh, okay.
I think she's basically asking what he means, like, you know, what it means. You know, sort of like, well, like, if you were to ask what a sundial is over here because sundial isn't in your country's vocabulary or what.
Anyway, basically...
We have sundials.
Anyway, basically, according to Evan...
to Pedro.
According to Evan, you cannot enter the King's Way without the Mark of Kings. And Roland's like, what's that?
It's a pendant passed down among the rulers of Ding Dong Dell. It serves as proof of the right to rule. And as a key to certain secret places. You can even use it to unlock shortcuts and crash tag team racing.
If it's that important, you can bet Mousinger will be looking for it too.
Oh, he'll never find it.
Racing, Jova.
But that's exactly the thing, Dwibs. You can unlock tracks in the overworld in tag team racing.
Okay.
It was. It was given to me when my father
You went and left it behind when you skedaddled, eh?
Well, yeah, we were kind of in a hurry, so yeah.
Like, people were literally trying to kill him.
And where exactly did you squirrel the thing away, laddie?
Well, Well, there are hidden rooms in the castle, you see. I thought it would be safer there. In the one connected to my chambers.
So there you go, it's in a secret room. Makes sense.
It's like Cluedo now.
Yes.
Were
They
there
were
any...
designed so that the royal family could hide in times of emergency, and with the help of the mark, even escape if need be.
Were there any episodes of Captain Scarlet where there's like a secret room as an important plot point?
All the time.
Sometimes, yeah.
Alright then.
And how exactly did you come to leave something?
Whatever. The point is, how did you leave it behind? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm guessing it's because a certain somebody appeared out of thin air, and then all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
It's all Roland's
that
fault.
will be really rude.
I'm sorry to intrude. I got sent here by nuclear missile.
I shouldn't think that anyone knows about the secret room except myself, which would mean that Mazinger probably hasn't found it yet.
Most likely.
My vision got a bit blurry
just
there.
you and everyone in this room right now.
My vision got a bit blurry. I thought Morsinger read money
this is
back
important,
for
Nolan.
a second.
Unless you know exactly where to look for the switch on the statue in the corner of the room, I shouldn't think you'd ever find it.
Shirei?
This is all very interesting, but if we need to go to Ding Dong Dell to find the thing, we need to get us into Ding Dong Dell. That's not much use, really, is it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So we're
we
gonna-
need to get...
So what other strategy can we come up with then?
Well, maybe...
Well, if you look on them, maybe we could watch Captain Scarlet and find them.
Yes.
Maybe if we somehow tricked them into thinking we were loyal to them, oh no, they'd never believe me.
Totally.
No, get one of them to go into a nuclear chamber and have them filled full of radiation so we could track them.
What is it with you and nuclear solutions
I
between
suppose
bombing
not.
and radiation?
Well, that will
Okay,
Captain
Venom.
Scarlet. Well, what a Captain
And this
Scarlet
gives
is
Roland the
radiation.
idea. There you go.
Let me guess, though, Roland, you didn't tell anyone about your idea, did you?
Actually,
That's actually a very good reason for that, Shirei. We'll explain later.
If anything is right, it is crucial, but he doesn't need to tell anyone.
You'll see,
Also, think about
Shirei.
it,
Hold on.
Shirei. It was the perfect plan.
There you
Have
go.
it seem like he's being
Oh,
rejected by
look,
them.
Look at that. Look. Bingo.
What are you doing here, sir?
Not yet, Dwebs. In a couple minutes, but we'll have that scene. Yes.
Oh, there was something under the mattress.
So-
Yeah,
that's
it
where
was
the
under
entrance
his
will lead
mattress,
in.
sort of.
Well, sort of, but not quite.
It was right. Never have found it unless I knew where to look.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm really surprised Mausinger didn't repurpose this room for someone else.
Well, he didn't know where to look.
Pretty
And
big
nobody
room
could have
for it
gotten
that
in.
way down here. Is the Mark of the Kings that chest, maybe?
Nah, it's too obvious.
And it's a mimic and it's...
Actually, it is.
Guess this stuff was to help Evan make a goodies escape. Might as well grab it while I'm here.
An escape rope?
A Starfall sword.
Might as well.
What's Kirby's sword doing there?
And this must be the family heirloom itself.
The Mark of Kings.
That sword will probably come in handy for gear.
Here's a closer look.
Mark of Kings, huh? Very impressive.
A paw print and cat ears.
Well,
It's cute.
Mausinger said it was red.
It's a duplicate.
well, he didn't know. Oh,
Busted. Huh. Very clever, Mausinger. Very clever.
Oh!
He found them.
there you go, Dwebs. Very good.
Trying to send me on a wild goose chase, huh? Guess he doesn't trust me as much as he pretends.
But wait.
It actually is the real one, Jov. Is that he was just
Wait.
there you go.
Maybe he was just using find this place.
There you go.
Oh, do we?
So then why did he lie about it? Of
What are you
course.
doing in here?
Of course, it all makes sense. He lied about it being red so that even if he found it by accident,
but
he
just
wouldn't get
looking
it.
for something.
Very good, Jova.
Just looking for something under
Oh,
the stairs, under the
always
hidden
so.
mattress, inside the room that nobody else could get into.
That face will.
He just happened to stumble on this place. It happens.
Doesn't this make us look dumb? Behind us, all we have to do is press a button.
Well, to be fair, nobody could get into that room.
Remember, we just established we wouldn't know unless you knew where to look, as we just established.
Yeah.
All's fair in love and war. Isn't that what they say?
You're looking rather confident for somebody who's outnumbered.
Another thing that I really love, and then like that face in particular, another thing that I love about this, like despite Roland being, of course, having a very strong sense of justice, he has kind of a dark edge to him as well. Like,
well, makes sense in the kind
Well,
of.
not only
business.
was there a relic in there, but he kind of found a sword, so, you know, just...
Of course. If you'll sign the declaration, I'll be happy to make you a trade.
I spit on your declaration.
Actually, that's exactly what he's saying. Very good.
Yeah.
This coming from the guy whose kingdom is waning in popularity.
Well, let me know if you change your mind.
Yeah, not interested. I'm sure Cloud would agree.
Confess I had not thought your young protege capable of such subterfuge.
Well, he's not about to poison his rivals or anything, but...
Ooh. Sick burn.
Yeah.
All people surely understand that no dream worthy of the name can be achieved without certain sacrifices being made along the way.
Yeah, but it depends on who's getting sacrificed.
And I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Very charming.
I'm sure...
You know, maybe you guys should look into elections. That would probably lessen the bloodshed.
For too long, our kind have suffered at the hands
We'll try and put a vote of no confidence in
There's
the
a,
Prime Minister. See how that works out.
yeah, what he said too. There's also the fact that the mice have been suffering at the hands of the Grimalkin for a long time.
Granted, they weren't exactly roses themselves, but yeah.
Oh, call it what you will. It matters not. I have achieved my aim.
Congrats, you're now in charge of a kingdom that's waning in popularity, is probably not going to get any exports traded in, and is going
You
to
realize,
slowly
Mazinger,
die.
you realize, Mazinger, that everybody at Leafbook hates you, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, but again, like I said, this is going to hurt their exports and their
Oh, this is
import
important.
rates.
He used me. I was the unwitting tool of my persecutor. The puppet chosen.
Ironic.
My people more compliant.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Figurehead position, eh?
Oh.
Oh.
Shit.
Ow!
I am tired of listening to this man.
What? Wait, is he the Black Knight in disguise?
No, he's probably DeLorean.
Very well. Men, forward!
Just don't shoot him, just charge at him for melee.
Hold on.
Well, here goes nothing.
Here goes nothing.
That's right.
Ah?
Oh. Flashbang.
We're gonna use the power of the Higgledies. There you go.
Oh, hello.
My eyes!
Fun fact, that particular Higgledy that he just used, he also has healing spells, and that explains why his arm is suddenly good now.
Well played. Well played.
I need to get out of here. But there's something I have to take care of first.
What? Oh, right, we gotta get Cumbish. Because he's totally alive, I'm calling it.
And he's totally okay with us shooting him.
Look, it's like I said.
Well, like Jova said, tranquilizers.
Well, might as well. Might as well say it now. Dwebs, if you don't mind.
To be fair, Dwebs was the one who said tranquilizer bullets. I said that Cumbish is alive because he's
I'd
part
say
of...
rubber bullets.
Feel free to sorry.
I-
Go ahead.
I said that Cumbish is going to be alive because he's part of the game mechanics for the town. There's no way that they would have you risk not being
Yeah,
able to
pretty
level
sure
him
you
up all
spend
the
less
way.
time killing
Especially when there's 100% completion.
Well,
bonus in
Jova, I can tell you that when it comes to Cumbish, his skill is not required for anything to be learned. So you can do the game without Cumbish. If the game really wanted to go that route, it could if it wanted. But anyway,
But for 100% completion, my guess is that it probably would be needed. I mean, it's not like
Also, there's the fact that so far, aside from the very beginning, nobody really has died, and you want to have the first victim being one of the very minor supporting characters.
you're forgetting too that both King Leonard and Arnella
I
died.
told outside of the very beginning.
okay.
That's what I told.
Yeah.
What were you trying to say, Pedro?
Dwebs, feel free to explain the Captain Scarlet episode that made you think.
Yeah, basically, it was an episode where Captain Scarlet was had an undercover assignment given to him by the Colonel, and basically he was told to gamble his career away because gambling is against Spectrum rules, so that he could be quote unquote.
Oh God, those eyes.
So he could be quote unquote fired from Spectrum. So he joined the Mysterons out of spite and learn about their secret plan. He then shot Captain Blue, who found out about the plan, and Captain Scarlet left a clue as to where the Mysteron's target. Left a clue as to where the Mysteron's target would be. There you go.
So was
that kind of a reference to the Super Mario Brothers movie?
We'll explain this later on.
Oh wait, was that figure of Lofty literally holding his soul?
Traitor! Murderer!
Go ahead, Teo.
Charming. Listen, calm down and ask yourself this. If I'm a murderer, how come you've still got breath to curse me with?
True. Also, was that Lofty figure, and that was literally a Lofty figure, was that holding his soul or something?
No. We'll explain later.
That is,
Let's just say, Jova, Roland had help planning this whole thing.
I shot you, sure, but not with real bullets. With one designed to make you look dead.
Very good, Whips.
Rubber poison-tipped bullets?
The episode's called Special Assignment, by the way. With what now? And what possessed you to bring such confounded doodads along with you, might I ask?
I'm just wondering why he made the gadget
allow me here, Teo.
No time.
There's a lot to explain. Quick, take this reference to the first game.
Well, there's no time to waste. No time to waste.
A ribbity drop.
It's Nubis' mouth before he has a chance.
Yes. Guess what that does too?
Oh boy. Turns him into a frog, don't it?
Very good.
Hello.
Howdy.
What? Stay calm. It'll wear off before long. At least it's supposed to.
That's not very reassuring, Roland, but okay.
Well, whatever.
Well,
we
it's better than nothing.
My turn now, I guess. Well, down the hatch.
Oh, we are going to escape through the sewers, aren't we?
Very good, Jova.
Whoop.
I find it interesting how these games love to use the frog status effect for story purposes.
It reminds me of Final Fantasy 3, where you are forced to use stuff like the Meteor Frog. God, curse you! Blast that Roland!
And Roland Roland still has his hair in frog form.
That hairstyle.
All right. All right,
You know,
Jova. Go ahead,
maybe
Jova.
do something. I think it's time you told us the truth, don't you, Leander?
Oh!
I called it.
Those glasses!
You have seen through our artifice, Your Majesty.
Not just that, Jova. If you paid attention, it was clear that Leander was the other hooded figure during the meeting.
You know, now that I think about it, the voice does sound similar.
Of course I have. Roland would never betray us.
He's not that clumsily.
Yeah.
I have to say, I expected more of him.
The plan could perhaps have been executed with a little more finesse, I concede.
So Evan was right. He called it, just like me. It was
What are you both blabbering about, curse you?
So there you go. Leander wasn't on the whole thing. Jova?
In order to deceive one's enemies, one must first deceive one's friends. Is that not what they say?
Kind of like the... hold on. Go ahead. Well, with His Majesty means to say that Roland's betrayal was nothing of the sort. The entire affair was an elaborately staged performance.
Let's hope he hasn't adapted to the role too well.
He's a real-world politician. He's good at lying.
Oh, right,
You mean to say this whole sorry mess was one of the blasted scoundrel's confounded schemes?
I love this particular... here.
Also, what the hell's wrong with Lofty?
I might not have chosen to put it quite that way, but yes.
Seriously, Lofty, what's wrong with him?
That's important.
Oh, there. Hello.
Upon our return from Broadleaf, I could not help but notice that a number of prying eyes had been placed around the castle.
Oh.
So there you go, Shiroi. We needed to keep appearances so that the spies would not know what we're up to. These devices allow one to surreptitiously watch over a location remotely through the use of certain scrying magics.
So instead of taking it
Being
down,
a-
they decided to use
Being
it
a
to their
wizard,
advantage.
master wizard, obviously Leander would know these things. Being a sorcerer, yeah, thanks, Leander. With sources of this kind, thanks to Queen Nerea's surveillance of Hydropolis, they attracted my attention right away.
And like I said,
upon
instead
sharing
of
my
taking the-
upon sharing my concerns with Roland, we investigated together and discovered the presence of an agent of Ding Dong Dell in our midst, which is of course the guy who we met outside in the world map in the previous part.
Yeah.
Rather than unmask the spy and remove the prying eyes, Roland instead devised a rather ingenious plan to use them to our advantage. So there you go, it was all a stage performance.
We're gonna buy Ding Dong Dell.
And inadvertently...
The first step in this plan was to make a show of expressing certain disloyal behaviors in full view of the eyes. So there you go, Shira. It was all a performance to full Ding Dong Dell. There you go.
And inadvertently about to help big time.
Since we didn't know where all eyes could, since we literally had eyes and ears everywhere, Shira, we need to make this betrayal convincing. So. The next was to ensure that our allies too grew suspicious of his motives, which is why he contrived to carry out this dubious license just as the guard was being changed. There you go. The rest you know already. Discord was sown, and the traitor, quote-unquote, in our midst, get it? The name of the chapter, and having witnessed all this means of his prying eyes, the spy approached Roland with an offer he could ill afford to refuse. You could say that spy was played like a fiddle.
Technically everyone, yeah.
Batu, the rope figure you took for a sinister visitor from another realm was not another than myself.
There you go.
Notice Tony's face. Oh, by the way, it was necessary to sow suspicion in the mind of one from whom we could expect a suitably violent reaction. So thank you, Dwebs, for reacting exactly like Leander intended.
You use me! You play me like a blessed fiddle!
Yes, I did.
Well, you're a pirate. You should know how this goes.
I love Tony's.
She's devilish.
I'm Superman!
And also Metal Gear reference. Yeah, very good, very good.
Also, Drippy just side-eyeing him like
Very
so
good.
smugly like that.
You mean Lofty?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm still wondering, where did the idea to make a figure after Lofty come
I
from?
rather fear we did. Oh, I love this one though. But deep down you knew, did you not? Some part of you sensed that he would never have betrayed us, and he's gonna explain why. Why else would you have sent your men to find him? Or did you think I was not aware of your little crusade?
That was all part of the plan too.
What? You...
Jeez, what are you? 10 steps
Lofty is
ahead?
not amused.
What are you?
And neither
10
is
steps
Tony.
ahead? What are you? 10 steps ahead, Robin?
Jova, that's what you need to do when you play 5-dimensional chess. Yeah.
Lofty, where's your soul?
So, does all this mean that Roland is still somewhere in Ding Dong Dell? But what possible reason could he have for going there all alone?
Speak of the devil.
Allow me to explain, Your Majesty.
Were you waiting
perfect
outside just to
timing.
make that entrance?
Yes.
Why not? They planned everything else to a T.
Roland!
Alright, let's listen what Roland has to say for himself.
But first, what about our research topics?
What
Yes?
research topics?
Flippin' heck, man! How did you
Sorry,
know that?
it's this one before. Lofty, forgive me for prying, but I spoke to a priestess who led me to believe you had been troubled by fearful dreams of late. Remember, we have a priestess, so allow me to hazard a guess. Did you find your body breaking apart and some kind of dark smoke emerging from it by any chance?
That's oddly specific.
Flippin' heck, man! How did you know that? You're some kind of blooming mind reader?
We'll have
Just
to
told you how he knew.
we'll have to talk about this later, Lofty. All right, Batu, what do you think of all this?
You know all along, didn't you, Bracken? I can't believe it. Why am I always the last to know?
Well,
Bracken
Bat-
hasn't said a
You're
single
gonna
word
do
this whole
something,
time.
so it kinda
remember,
works out.
Batu, you were played like a fiddle. You were part of it. Anyway,
I'm guessing
Go ahead.
Bracken's just
go
playing
ahead,
along.
go ahead, Chire.
Oh, well, I have had an inkling.
Why me?
Leander did ask me to come up with all those gadgets after all.
There you go. There you go.
Magitech.
Yeah, Bracken invented Magitech, Kuni.
Well, if there was a character in this game that was going to do that, it would be her. So, yeah.
Evan is truly enthralled by this.
Look, does it really matter now? We need to focus on the future, and right now, that means listening to what Roland has to say.
True, Bracken, but I still want to hear what Tunny thinks of all this. So,
I bet she's loving this.
I'm over here, guys.
I don't worry, Roland. We'll get to you.
We'll get to you.
I can't believe Evan figured out what Roland was up to. Why didn't he tell me? How about you, Bracken? Didn't you tell me?
Don't tell me.
Don't tell me you twigged ages ago, too.
Twigged? Is that a twigged? It's quite interesting expressions these Welsh translators are throwing at us.
Okay, yeah, I've not heard twig before, so I'm guessing that's a European saying.
Probably. I'm not familiar with
It's not
it.
even the weirdest one we have here in Wales.
Oh, I can believe that.
Yeah,
Hey!
I never heard of twigs being used in England.
I think the best thing to take away from this is knowing that Evan is really growing up to think for himself, seeing as how he figured out the plan.
Oh, that will become even more apparent in later chapter, in the two chapters after this, Joe, but you'll see. For now, come on, Pedro, press fucking X or A or whatever controller I was using at the time, I don't remember.
We're using an Xbox One controller, or we're using a USB PS4 one?
I don't remember, because there was one point where I started using the DualShock, but whatever.
Damn it, Evan, I forgot what I was going to say now.
I'm sorry, Evan. Put you through a lot.
You damn right you did.
Well, yeah, you did. It's not the worst thing, but we were so worried about you, Roland. But you're back now. That's the most important thing.
We're still going to have to dock you a week's salary, though. Leander told us where you've been and what you've been up to. Crikey, you don't have to have a madcap, John, eh? Least you could have done is invited me along for the ride.
I'm at 42 minutes.
But he technically did Lofty, just in toy form.
Got it.
Very good. Go ahead, Joe, Teo.
Look, I want to apologize. If I didn't have to trick you all, I wouldn't have done. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Well, you certainly had me going, lad. Hook, line, and blessed sinker.
Good game, though.
After all.
GG.
Yeah.
GG, Nori.
Shiri?
Oh. You had all of us going, you horrible man.
She says that as she smiles.
You're an arsehole, hee hee hee.
No, I have expected her to just go up and punch him.
Yeah, probably.
Just...
Yeah, I'm always unsure in these bits. Remember, this was.
You can't let the words sink in.
Well, remember, Shiro said she has trouble with the text in this game, so.
right, Bracken. Okay.
That's okay, we have time.
But I think we all still believed in you. Somewhere deep down. Somewhere.
With the power of friendship.
Friendship is magic.
No, it's not.
Honestly,
yes, it is.
It's been going on for 8
It is in
seasons.
this universe.
It's been going on for 8 seasons. I mean, if they keep going, the magic may get worn down to boots.
Did my gifts prove useful in the end? Oh, yes, they did, Leander. Yes, they did.
Yep. Sure. Lockpicking, bugs, frog peels, you sure know to keep things interesting.
Lockpicking bugs. Maybe we should curate those.
And here's what made it all worthwhile. Evan, this is for you.
And then Henry Van Staten took all this stuff away for himself.
So there you go. We now have the Mark of Kings.
Oh, that's cool. The Mark of Kings, and also a lofty action figure.
Now you can open the King's Way and get back into Ding Dong Dell without having to go through all those soldiers.
Everyone, my soldiers, seal all the exits.
No, seriously, though, I have to wonder, what was up with that?
Desperate 22, just like I thought he would be. Yes, Joe?
I'm still wondering, what was up with that lofty action figure that sort of gave Cumbish back his soul?
It's the antidote to the bullets, I'm guessing.
But isn't Morsinger now gonna try and find all the secret passageway.
Remember, Dweebs, without that pendant, he cannot actually access to that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have his guards guard.
Back to the home he stole from us.
Of course he'll have his guards guarded, but you think that's gonna stop us?
And so at last,
Back to the home he stole from me.
convince King Mousinger.
Oh boy, demand. Sign the thing now or I'll cut your hand off.
I'm pretty sure he's not that willing to negotiate.
Prepared to take the final steps of the journey he had begun, what now seemed a lifetime ago. It was time to bring his dream of a united world one step closer to reality.
What? I can't hear you over the music.
Why is
Straight
this?
on, Dweebs, shut up.
All right, time for so the end of the chapter, which means another dream with the curious boy.
Did my father and Mousinger hate each other?
Well, they're cat and mice, so
It's not possible for people to stay friends.
Sadly true.
yeah.
Stay friends?
Just won't allow it.
Sounds like they used to be friends.
They did. We will learn the backstory later.
Oh, I think I see where this is going. There was a misunderstanding, and Mousinger probably got convinced by DeLorean that the king was probably using him when that was not the case.
I'll tell you more later, Joe.
I suppose.
Oh, you know?
Oh, I suppose he was afraid.
I-
Afraid of
I-
afraid of what exactly?
Yeah.
What? That the great man he dedicated his life to was using him and would one day cast him aside.
Yeah, sadly, that's a
And
thing.
the Loran predates on these emotions and accentuates them.
Exactly.
Yep. And hey, DeLorean's pretty much been it.
DeLorean,
I don't know.
Jova, DeLorean is basically the Donald Trump of this universe because he uses people's fears against to his own advantage. Like seriously.
Oh well.
So yeah, let's save our progress. No, not yet.
But what if you
Oh, hold on.
wall breaks?
First, let's wait till the chapter starts. Jova, please.
Everyone, there's something I need to tell you about. Before we ask Ding Dong Dell to sign the declaration, I need to know how its people are faring under Mousinger's rule.
Shitty.
Oh, goody.
I should also like to know what they thought of my father. Perhaps they might be able to help me understand why he was murdered. I never once considered their thoughts or feelings when I was their ruler.
Well,
What,
people,
for
to be
like
fair, you're a
10
ruler for like a week.
Yeah, you were the ruler for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but remember,
First
Shiroi.
time that I found
Well,
out
but-
what they truly think.
Well, it is true, sure, but he was still a prince for all his life, so and he still didn't really care about the mice even then. Anyway, chapter 8.
Well,
Hold on,
to be
Jova.
fair, he's a
Land
kid.
of my father.
Land of my father. That's the Welsh national anthem.
Have I mentioned
Yes,
that?
it is.
Have I mentioned that this game was translated by Welsh people, just in case it wasn't obvious?
Weird, because that also
Alright.
like weird
Let me
because
run
that
you down
also
through what we're going to infiltrate Ding Dong Dell.
All right. I like this rendition of the main theme,
As
by the
you
way.
know,
Even more RPGs are getting the Welsh
the crosses
treatment,
of
though.
Mizmar mark the areas where their troops are most heavily
Why can't there be
concentrated.
English treatment?
Well,
I
Shiroi.
guess we have the accents for it.
Actually, Shiroi, if you don't mind me to tell, Shiroi,
Sorry,
actually,
no, God.
well, actually, Shiroi, Xenoblade and Dragon Quest go for the typical actual England British stuff. It's the Kuni that goes for the Welsh stuff.
yeah, well, depends on what Xenoblades you're talking about.
Actually, Xenoblade 2 has a Welsh presence in the form of Nia.
Yeah, but it's like,
Yeah.
but it's not like
Well,
a primary.
She really.
Okay. Let's
We'll
just
use
agree
the
that it's.
incredibly loud Zeppelin to attack from above.
Let's just agree that they're all British because they technically are. The point being is like, well, I mean, funnily enough, Land of My Fathers, that also can work as an American reference too.
Anyway, the basic plan is that we were going to land somewhere behind Ding Dong Dell, where they can see us and enter through the Kingsway from behind without any of the soldiers.
I see. We're going to use the Super Mario World tactic of going through the back door into the castle.
Yes.
That works.
Seriously,
sure.
Bowser, what the fudge?
So the old sky pirate full front assault ain't the order of the day then,
No, sorry, Batu, but this is not
So
Final
maybe another,
The point of
Oh.
me.
maybe another day, Batu.
Shiroi, please.
Go on, Zuri.
Oh, sorry. Doesn't look like it. This
Whatever. The point is, we can.
great no messing job.
All right. let's make ready to leave.
But I haven't finished my sandwich yet, man.
Well, gobble it up then.
All right, so now homeward bound.
Homeward bound.
Oh, the overall theme was playing in the throne room. Interesting.
It always
I
does.
asked a attractive young woman with flaming red hair for a date and was
Dating
pleasantly
disaster.
surprised when she agreed. Well, it turns out she just wished me to assist her in testing all manner of armaments and explosives. I fear we were not meant to be together.
Brian, you and your cousin's obsession with weapons. But opposites attract, are they not? Bah, sounds like a broadleaf chick to me.
She looks
She
like
looks
a
like a
seriously.
serious, dedicated type.
Too?
Alright, she does. She's a keeper, I reckon.
Or else, go ahead, too.
I should be very much like to meet her.
Was she unaware
Was
of
she
your
unaware of your
amorous
amorous
intent? Whatever. And now
what
it's
does
now
it
it's
say
actually
there?
go ahead, Whips.
Seems so. Fortunately. Oh well.
All right, keeping broadleaf crime free. Go ahead, Teo.
The name's Drew. It's my job to keep the good folks of Broadleaf safe. I'm on patrol 24/7. I mean, when I'm not asleep or eating. Anyway, this place might seem idyllic, but you'll never know when a crime might break out.
But
But
fear
fear
not.
not, I'm here with you for you.
Your two compatriots
Shouldn't
already
you be
left.
out on patrol?
Oh, yeah.
Not browsing
Sorry.
Leafbook.
Your two compatriots already left for Evermore.
Go ahead, Jova.
Here's the latest installment of my series of profiles of the abundantly talented. Today I'd like to introduce you to Yip Yip, a gifted accessory maker who's always ahead of the curve when it comes to the latest trends. I'd love her to design something for me one day.
She has mastered the avatar state.
She's the same age as my grandma.
Is she really that amazing? Yes, she has
Yes, she has a 6-month waiting list.
She doesn't look that old. Unless your grandma...
It's Japan, Jova.
Oh,
People
look at that!
Unless your
Hide and
grandma aged
hide and
as
go
grace-
seeker hidden another treasure.
Unless your
Take a
grandma
long,
aged as
hard look at
gracefully
this
as Aunt May
photograph.
in the
Does
MCU.
it look familiar? If it does, you should get yourself down there as fast as your feet can carry you and back the tip-top treasure I've hidden. Happy hunting!
It does
It
look.
does look strangely familiar.
So yeah, I'll get that later off screen. All right, so I think that was it. That was an amazing fake out.
Yep. I had an idea of how it's gonna go, but even still, there were quite a few twists and turns there that left it
I
exciting.
had a theory, but it was completely wrong, so.
All right.
What caught me off guard was that Leander was involved. Like, I always imagined Roland was
I
playing a
kinda
big
got
boy.
that from the get-go, but it worked. Anyway.
All right. See you for the next part,
But
everybody.
still, I wonder, why
Yes,
did they make a Lofty action figure? Does Lofty know
Because
that
it's-
it's being
because
used for
it's-
marketing?
Because it's cute.
Remember, Jova, the gadgets were designed by Brack, and she added her personal touch, I guess.
So she's basically made him a mascot for their kingdom.
Well, that's kind. Well, that's kind of what Lofty is,
Wait,
Shuri.
wait. I
He's
thought
the
they were made by
kingmaker.
Leander.
But
No, Leanne, not in conjunction.
Leander provided the idea, Brack and the design and the execution.
Not just that, it's a combination of magic and science, basically, since both of them are masters of that each specific craft, obviously. That's why I talked to the characters before I talked to Roland, so I could actually show you guys that particular detail that you only see if you talk to them on that part.
Ah, so that's what she meant by that.
Basically, Leander formed a plan with Roland. Then Leander secretly asked Bracken to make those devices. Oh, what is this for? I can't tell you quite yet.
All right then.
See ya.
See you for the next part, everybody.
See ya.